Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Mr. Cantor, and this is Mr. Cantor's Misconception Guide. Today, we're going to be looking at Explore Part B. Now, there's a lot of information on this slide, so what I want you to do is to start by reading the question on the left side, ask yourself, what do you notice, what do you wonder, and then we're going to talk about everything else that you see here. So go ahead, please pause the video. All right, welcome back. They're saying, what do you notice and what do you wonder? There are 7.4 billion people in the world. If the whole world were represented by a 30-person class, 14 people would eat rice as their main food, 12 people would be under the age of 20, 5 people would be from Africa. What do you notice and what do you wonder about these statements? Please pause the video and let me know. All right, welcome back. If you said that 14 people eating rice as their main food is almost half the class, then you're correct. That is a vast majority of the people. If you said 12 people would be under the age of 20, if that was surprising to you, then that is very interesting because there are people in this world of all different types of ages. So knowing that a little less than half the population is under the age of 12 means there are a lot of children in this world. This fact of 5 people would be from Africa means that if you have 30 people in your class, 5 of them would be from Africa, means that a pretty significant part of your class is also part of Africa. Okay, so with that said, let's look at the 3 questions you have to do today. The first question says, how many people in class would not eat rice as their main food? What I want you to do is to pause the video, answer this question on your own, then I'm going to share with you what one student did, and you're going to let us know if you think their response is correct or not. Go ahead, please pause the video. All right, welcome back. Let's take a look at what this student said, and then let me know, do you agree with their answer or disagree? This student said that 17 people will not eat rice as their main food. What do you think of this response? Please pause the video and let me know. All right, welcome back. If you said this response is wrong, then you are correct. Now, one of the reasons why the student got the number 17 is simply because they looked at how many people do eat rice, which is 14, and then they added up the number of people that do not eat rice. So they took 12 and they added 5 because these two pieces of information are not referring to the people who eat rice. So they added 12 plus 5 and they got 17. Unfortunately, this is not correct because just because 12 people would be under the age of 20 and just because 5 people would be from Africa is true, that information doesn't actually talk about rice, and it doesn't tell us how many of those people eat rice or don't eat rice. So adding 12 plus 5 is not going to be the correct way to calculate how many people in the class would not eat rice as their main food. So if that's what you said, good work. All right, let's move on to the next question. Please pause the video, read this next question yourself, and then we will read it together. All right, welcome back. This question says, what percentage of people in the class would be under the age of 20? Very interesting question. Let me share with you what one student did, and you let me know if their answer is correct. This student said that 19 people will be under the age of 20. Are they correct? Please pause the video and let me know. All right, welcome back. How do you think this person got their answer? Are they correct? If you said that they are wrong, then you are correct. So they're saying that 19 people will be under the age of 20. Well, we know that 12 people would be under the age of 20. So how did they calculate this number 19? What do you think they did? Please pause the video and let me know. All right, welcome back. If you said they added 14 plus 5, then you are correct. That would definitely give you 19. However, the question is asking us to find the percentage. This student never found the percentage. In addition, they already tell you that 12 people would be under the age of 20. So in this situation, there is no need to add or subtract any of these other values because those other values also represent very different information. 14 people refers to the people who eat rice, and 5 people refers to the people from Africa. So definitely 19 is not the correct way to go. All right, with that said, let's look at the next question. Please take a minute, pause the video, read this question to yourself, and then let me know. What do you think? All right, welcome back. This question says, based on the number of people in the class representing people from Africa, how many people live in Africa? So let me share with you what one student did. This is what they said. Please pause the video and let me know. Is this answer correct? All right, welcome back. They said 5 billion people live in Africa. If you said this answer is wrong, then you are correct. This person simply saw that if 5 people were to be from Africa, they automatically assumed that means that you have 5 billion people living in Africa. But we know that the majority of the population is not in one continent. It's actually spread out. All right, with that said, let's move on. I'm going to share with you what 3 other students did, and we're going to check to see if these answers are correct or not. So this is what this student wrote as their answer. Please pause the video and let me know. Is this answer correct? All right, welcome back. If you said this answer is wrong, then you are correct. Let's go through what this student did. They noticed there were 14 people that do eat rice as their main food. They created a ratio and they put 14 out of 30, which after you do a division gives you 0 and 46 hundredths with the 6 repeating. Now, what they then did is they took 0 and 46 hundredths and they multiplied it by 100 to get 46%. So they're saying about 46% of this class would not eat rice as their main food. So this student is actually wrong because the question tells you that 14 people would eat rice as their main food. That's part of the information provided to us. And the question says how many people in class would not eat rice as their main food. So this student actually found the opposite of what they were asking us to calculate. So unfortunately, the student is wrong. So again, if you said the student is wrong, you are correct. All right, let's move to the next one. Here is what this student has for us. And what I want you to do is to please pause this video and let me know. Is this answer correct? What do you think? All right, welcome back. This student has said 12% of the class would be under the age of 20. If you said this answer is wrong, then you are correct. They tell you in the story that 12 people would be under the age of 20. They never said it was 12% of the people that would be under the age of 20. You cannot take the number 12 that represents people and turn it into a percentage and say that it is 12% without doing some major calculations. So this answer is definitely wrong. Let me share with you what another student has done. This is what they said for the last question. Please pause this video and let me know. Is this answer correct for the last question? Welcome back. If you said that this is not correct, then you are correct. Now, this student took 7.4 billion people and they divided it by 5 and they got 1,480,000,000 people. And they're saying that is how many people would be living in Africa. Now, if you take 7.4 billion or 7,400,000,000 people and you divide it by 5, essentially what you're doing is you're taking the world population and dividing it amongst 5 different locations. And you're saying that each location would have 1,480,000,000 people living there. Unfortunately, this is not the way to go if you're trying to calculate what portion of the class represents how many people from Africa is being represented by the people in class. So unfortunately, this is not the way to go. With that said, let's take a look at 3 more students. This student said that for number 1, 30 minus 14 is 16. So 16 members of the class would not eat rice as their main food. Please pause the video. What do you think? Is this student correct? All right, welcome back. If you said the student is correct, then you are correct. So we know that 14 people do eat rice, which means if you have a 30-person class, the remainder of them must not eat rice. So we need to do 30 minus 14, which will give you 16. So definitely if 14 people in their class eat rice, then the 16 that were left over will not be eating rice. Good job. Let's take a look at what another student wrote. This student said that if you take 12 people and make a ratio out of 30 people, use this fraction and do a division problem, 12 divided by 30, you actually are going to get 0 and 4 tenths. If you take 0 and 4 tenths and multiply it by 100, you're going to get 40%. So this means that 40% of the class would be under the age of 20. What do you think about this student's work? Are they correct? Welcome back. If you said that they are correct, then you are correct. You will notice that they also use the number 12 like the previous student. However, they realize that 12 is a part of the classroom and 30 is the total of the classroom. So they made a ratio of part over total, and that allowed them to come up with a decimal 0 and 4 tenths. They also understand that you can take a decimal and convert it into a percent by simply multiplying your decimal by 100. All right, with that said, let's go. Let's move to the final question here. Now, this is what this student did. There's a lot of numbers here, so please pause this video, take a minute and look at all of this and let me know, is this correct? All right, welcome back. If you said this is correct, then you are correct. We can see that this student took 7.4 billion people, or 7 and 4/10 billion people, and they divided it by 30. Because if 30 is the amount of people you have in your class, doing this division is going to tell you approximately how many billion people from Africa are represented by one student in your class. And we can see that after doing this division, we have 246,666,666 and 6/10. That's how many people in the world represent one person in the class. We can actually round this to be 246,666,667. So with that said, if that is how many people in the world represent one person in the class, and we have 5 people in the class, all we need to do is multiply this big number by 5. In doing so, we will actually get 1,233,333,333 and 3/10, which is approximately 1,233,333,333 people. With that said, my name is Mr. Cantor. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Take care for now.